Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another video. In this particular video I'm going to make a comparison between the OnePlus 8T with the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. So starting from the display of both the devices, the OnePlus 8T is coming with a 6.5-inch of fluid AMOLED display with 120Hz of refresh rate. The front is protected by Gorilla Glass protection and it is also coming with an HDR10 Plus support. It's coming with an 87.0 screen to body ratio, and there is going to be a camera sensor present on the top left corner of the device in the form of punch hole camera cutout. The front selfie camera is going to be of a 16 megapixel and it can record 1080p video recording as well. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition is coming with the similar 6.5-inch of Super AMOLED display with 120Hz of refresh rate, HDR10 Plus support, and a less 84.8% of screen to body ratio. It's also protected by Gorilla Glass protection on the front, and with that it is also coming with a punch hole camera cutout present in the top center of the device with a selfie camera of 32 megapixel which can record 4K videos at 30 frames per second. Well, moving on towards the back side of the devices, the OnePlus 8T is coming in a square camera bump on the back side with a quad camera setup on the back side with the main camera sensor of 48 megapixel with f1.7 aperture, and it has a pre-built optical image stabilization. The other camera is going to be a 16 megapixel of ultra wide camera, a 5 megapixel of a macro shooter, and a 5 megapixel of monochrome lens. It can record 4K videos at 30 and 60 frames per second and 1080p videos up to 240 frames per second. Whereas the S20 Fan Edition is coming with a triple camera setup on the backside in a square camera bump with a 12 megapixel as the main camera sensor with f1.8 aperture. It's coming with an 8 megapixel of telephoto lens with optical image stabilization support inside and a 3x of optical zoom. Last camera is going to be a 12 megapixel of ultra wide camera. It can record 4K videos at 30 and 60 frames per second and 1080p videos at 60 frames per second. Moving on towards the internals of both the devices, while both the OnePlus 8T and Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition are coming with same processor inside, and that is going to be the Snapdragon 865, which is based on 7nm architecture. Both are coming with similar Adreno 650 GPU inside, and in terms of RAM, the OnePlus 8T is coming with two different variants, 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, whereas 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage is the second variant. It's coming with a UFS 3.1 storage option, and unfortunately we don't get any kind of micro SD card slot inside the OnePlus 8T. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition is coming with three different variants. One is going to be a 6 gigs and 128 gigs of internal storage, 8 gigs and 128 gigs of internal storage, and 8 gigs and 256 gigs of internal storage. The storage is based on UFS 3.1 and it's coming with a micro SD card slot supported. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition is coming with a 4500 mAh of a battery capacity with a fast charging support of 25 watt. It can also support wireless charging of 15 watt and a reverse wireless charging, whereas we didn't find any wireless or reverse wireless charging in the OnePlus 8T. So lastly is going to be the prices of both the devices. While the OnePlus 8T is going to be coming with a $700 price tag for the base variant, whereas $749 for the 12 gigs and 256 gigs of internal storage variant. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition is coming with a price tag of $700 as well, and it's going to be one of those devices which are going to be pretty much similar in terms of design and kind of specification wise. So overall, if I give my opinion regarding both the devices, well, I will go towards the OnePlus 8T because it is coming with a Gorilla Glass back protection instead of the plastic which we have seen in the S20 Fan Edition, and with that it is coming with a great camera sensors on the back side with a 48 megapixel as the main camera sensor, 16 megapixel as the ultra wide, and there are two other sensors which will provide you a decent kind of images as well. Instead of that, we are also seeing that it is coming with a 65 watt of fast charging support inside the device, which can charge your device in less than an hour. So my take is that OnePlus 8T is going to be a good choice if you want to buy it. So guys, what do you think about both the devices? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you are new here on the channel, do consider subscribing it. Thanks for watching this video. Peace out.